Okay, so this is Unit 6.5, the assignment advice. Now, there's a lot in here. Now we're really starting to put lots of signs together for the vocab and trying to process it. So I want to prep a bunch of the assignments, not giving away the answers, but just talking about how to prepare yourself so that when you see it, you can you don't go, oh, what the heck did I just see? Okay, so to start with the conversation starters, a lot of the vocab that we're seeing in the vocab section. So make sure you look over the vocab first before you go into the conversation starters. Just, I think sometimes people go into conversation starters without actually looking at the units vocab. There's not a really good way of watching the units vocab, apart from if your instructor puts together a video or you find one on online. So snacks, fast eats, chocolate, and then he does like eating a candy bar, right? So it makes sense in context. It's pretty almost universal, I suppose would be the best way of saying it. But just to be aware that is not a sign you've seen before. 1.2, the second conversation, the second of the conversation starters, pop soda. And then he does like fizzy feeling. That's why he likes soda. It's not really a sign. It's just sort of an emoticon kind of. Other side, the other guy's talking about, no, I don't drink. It's not healthy. Health. So we've seen that before for like Brave. It's also healthy. And then he also signs, my go-to is, and we did this earlier in 6, where it's the thing I go to often. My one main product, water, or I think he says juice. Juice is the other, sometimes juice. 1.3, talking about coffee, putting in, and then he's like black, and he goes, that's it, like nothing else. More of a gesture. That's not really a sign for that's all, but that's it. 1.4, smoothie. Finger spelling ice put in the blender. And then there are 3 different signs for strawberry. Go look at what's the sign. You can see them more clearly. They don't include the one that we use in Ohio. We take a bite of, we eat the strawberry, and then we try to figure out what to do with the stem. Strawberry. Okay. So take a look at what's the sign. I don't want to waste time going over those. Watermelon, water, so W, water, and then thump the melon, watermelon. It's also the sign for pumpkin we did, if you remember. So watermelon and banana. And look at what's the sign. There are some different signs for watermelon or banana, but they all basically come from peeling the banana. And then 1.5, I need to watch the video again because this is a regional sign for pineapple. It's also a sign that a couple people in TWA are using for donut. And I'd seen it for donut because it's a round donut, but it's also because you core a pineapple. So here are 2 sort of regional signs that are at cross purposes. So I believe here, I'm going to say or donut, just because I want you to watch and be prepared. And then orange, not milk, orange juice. Okay. So those ones are prep. The conversation starters 1 point. So I'd rather you know what you're looking for as it's coming up. Now, here, oops. Oh, what happened? Oh, here we go. Okay, assignment device. So the next thing is on the worksheets, look over your numbers, because the question is going to be how many of what product. So definitely remember the funky ones like 21, 23, 25. Always go back over those. Those are the tough ones, and they're exceptionally cruel, and they give you 23 in almost every one. So remember, 23, Um, they'll also do some lexical fingerspelling, office, refrigerator, REF, ice, as we saw before, um, some of the beverage names. So be prepared for fingerspelling. Bunch of drinks, and I think we've gone over all of them in the vocab, so I don't need to go over them again, but just make sure you can go through this list and sign them all yourself so you'll recognize them. Now, with these, we're starting to take the vocab and matching them with an action or putting them within a series of signs. So remember, tray, and then whatever you're going to put in it, cheese, crackers, boom, 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 and put it around the tray. Tray, vegetables, bum, 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 right? Meat sliced, bum, 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 right? So you can do any of those things. Now, one of the options in one of the pull-down menus is veggie casserole. I've only ever seen people fingerspell casserole or like vegetable baked. So it's a hint that that's not one of the answers. But watch what they're signing, because if they sign something you've never seen before, then that may be them introducing a new piece of vocab. I don't want to give away the answers. So then the comprehension quiz has a whole bunch of different options that you choose from. So I want you to review each of these. How would you sign them? Hot versus cold. Kale, fingerspell, kale. Or, no, I'm just kidding. Kale, Kale. Pineapple, donut. Did I put donut in here as well? You know what? I think I'm just going to change this to donut because they don't talk about pineapple. At least not enough. People should talk about pineapples more. Anyway, veggie plate, veggie dip. We did meat sliced. Can also do cheese sliced, right? Spread. If you take the knife and spread it on the bread or whatever, you can do cheese spread. Nut spread. Actually, the sign for peanut butter is nut and butter. So peanut butter. So it's a spread. You can do a bag. And if you sign potato, we know it means, by context, a bag of potato chips. You might be bringing a bag of potatoes. So that's why I wrote potatoes, just to know that it's bag of potato chips. Depends on context. Cake. Pepperoni, just fingerspell. And raspberry. Most of the time I've seen people fingerspell. Raspberry. But I've also seen raspberry. Lemon for sour lemon. Cookies, cake, drizzle or syrup. All these we've gone over. Okay. So in the SOAR, there's really nothing new. Copy what they do. The next one, the pure observation. With all of these signs, there's like a bunch of different within. Is it the pure observation? Yeah. So for the pure observation, you're going to have to select from a host of things, a little menu, a pull-down menu, as to what is the correct answer for the story that you're going to be watching. So there is the graduation, and look up each of these. You may have to piece together some signs, but most of these signs should look like what they're talking about. So I've broken up some of them, some of the answers, so that in reviewing this list, you may find an answer that pieces together a couple. Reason for no reason. Anniversary, annual or anniversary. 30 year. Friendship or friendship. birthday or birthday, 30th, 30th, age 30, um, friend's birthday, birthday, all the different variations. Ride and roller coaster, there's a couple different ways. Look at the what's the sign for roller coaster. Um, biggest in the world or champ, right? There's different variations. Best, love, cliff jumping. Um, skydiving. We did a thing with plane, person comes out, parachute or parachute. Parasailing. And I've seen like boat, line, parachute, that kind of thing. Oh no, yeah, that's parasailing. Or is that the one with there's the little? It's like the little parachute, and you've got the car. I can never remember what it's. It's got the big fan in the back. Bungee jumping with a line, boing, boing, boing. Again, as I say, take a look at what is in what's the sign for some of these other ones. But you can also go look around. Most of the time, they all should look like the activity. With usually this is a person or this is a person. If someone signs, like, I'm willing to go, fine, I'll go, reluctantly joining. Chicken's out. Chicken. Can't afford or broke. Can't pay. Scared, but go ahead. Try it. Go. Refuse. I'm not going to go. I refuse. I'm going somewhere else. I'm going to the bar, whatever. Okay, so be thinking about these different kinds of situations before going in and then watching the story. Other things, you could go to the beach, right? Beach, that was from a previous chapter. Swimming. Stay home. Go downtown. Go to the city. Go shopping. To enjoy something. Never again. Never going again. To be shocked. Oftentimes you'll see it this, like shocked. Thrilled or thrilled. This is really the adrenaline rush. Thrilled. Thrilled. Cool. Disappointed. A little pouty face. Scared. Adrenaline rush. Didn't like. Just simply didn't like it. Not my cup of tea. Or happy we did it together. And you'll see with the story which of these makes sense. But I just want you to think about how would you sign them. That will prep you for going into the story. And that's really it. The assignments aren't particularly hard. And I went all the way through for this whole section, it was a combination of the comprehensive. Oops. Are you doing that? Comprehensive quiz, or a couple in a story. And then the POA did a very similar thing. So they give you some choices. I want you to review them all before diving in. And that's really it for 6.5. We're starting to put together more and more complex thoughts. So just keep adding on. Go over all of these. Try to apply them. Try to have conversations with each other about this stuff. The more you practice it, the more you have it in your active dialogue, in your active language daily, the easier it will be to keep it. If you just say, well, I'll do it on the day, it's not going to be there. All right, so that's 6.5.